Welcome to Injeeli Media.
पाकिस्तान में तमाम अक़लियतों के साथ और यहाँ तक के गरीब मुसलमानों के साथ भी जो वाक़यात पेश आ रहे हैं, जो उनके मामलात हैं, वो हमें खुशी नहीं बल्कि सोच और सोचने पर मजबूर करते रहते हैं। हकीकत ये है कि आज से 17 साल पहले ये बात है, अगस्त के महीने 2009 की, पाकिस्तान में एक कस्बा गोजरा पंजाब में कुछ मसीही लोग दोपहर की गर्मी से बचने के लिए दरख्तों के नीचे आराम कर रहे थे और पास के मुसलमान बस्ती के लोगों ने उन पर हमला कर दिया। चंद को जिंदा जला दिया गया, बाकियों को मारा कूटा गया, उनकी इमलाक जला दी गई। आज तक उनमें से किसी के हवाले से हमें इंसाफ नहीं मिला। यही वो दिन है जब इस प्रोग्राम के बानी और इस प्रोग्राम के रोए रवान जनाब डॉक्टर पीटर जे डेविड ने यह फैसला कर लिया कि द टाइम हैज कम फॉर अस टू शो आवर वुंड्स टू रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। आज का प्रोग्राम इसी तरह के एक और वाक़े से जुड़ा हुआ है और ये वाक़या तब पेश आया जब एक नौजवान मसीही जोड़े को शहजाद मसीह, उनकी अहलिया शम्मा मसीह और उनके नामालूद बच्चे को ईंटों के भट्टे में जला दिया गया। आज मेरे साथ स्टूडियो में मोहतरमा मिस फरयाल वाइज मौजूद हैं। फरयाल वाइज एक अखबार यानी क्रिश्चियन न्यूज अलर्ट की स्टाफ रिपोर्टर है और गुज़श्ता 2 सालों से इसको वो चला रही हैं और इसी हवाले से उन्होंने इस स्टोरी को भी बार बार कवर किया है और इसके हवाले से एक वीडियो भी तैयार की है जिसके बारे में हम उनसे पूछेंगे।
This incident occurred in Kotrala Kishan, which is in the Punjab province. Early morning, Shammah was seen burning pages which she claimed were the pages of her late father-in-law. A Muslim had seen her burning those pages and decided spread the news that she had burned the pages of the Quran, which is false.
So let's discuss a little bit of the incident. So it was about 7-8 o'clock in the morning and this lady is burning some rubbish from her home.
Yes.
Just because there were pages and something was written on it.
Yes.
Somebody went along and they said she is burning Quran. Very critical questions. Why would a Christian woman in a village where most Christians are living as slaves to these brick kiln lords, why would she go and buy a Quran, or where will she get the copy of the Quran Majid to then burn it? It does not make sense. And as we go through this story, I want you to remember this sentence. It does not make sense.
No.
Why was she accused of burning the Quran? It does not make sense. Farayal, you have just told us that she was burning the rubbish from her home, and these were some of the old papers. In villages, people keep hold of papers as documents because they can't read them. So any electricity bill, any letter, any thing from the government, any cutting from a newspaper that is there, it would be kept. They do not dare throw it away because they are afraid that it might be something important. And this lady was just getting rid of some of those documents and burning. Please tell us what happened afterwards.
It was a mob of people that gathered. Usually the mosques get involved and with their loudspeakers they say catch the blasphemer, and hundreds of people gathered to attack the couple.
Video clippings that were made on that day, the total footage amounted to hundreds of hours because there were many people there with mobile phones and a lot of that footage went viral. However, it is very difficult to find that footage now, and until about 3-4 months you could watch these videos anywhere. YouTube had it, Facebook had it, Instagram had it, all that. But now if you try to look for them, they don't exist. They have been taken off for whatever reason. But despite that, we are told that the police was called and police actually did come there.
Yes, they did.
Tell us something about their role in it.
The police arrived and they decided to do absolutely nothing. They saw what was going on. They saw the couple being dragged into the furnace but refused to intervene.
Number one, they were Christians and maybe they, in the eyes of the police, which are usually almost always Muslims, they were not worth defending, fighting for. Number one. Number two, if the mob is so large and they are so charged emotionally and they are next to a brick kiln, so there would be a lot of bricks to be thrown around. Then there are furnaces in which so it was not the best of places to have an argument with the mob, and so that could be another reason why they were not able to save this couple and their unborn baby. They were young people. Shehzad was 26 years old, Shammah was 24 years old, and they had some children before, I think. Tell us about them.
So they did have 3 young children, and they haven't been given any kind of compensation. Their parents were murdered. Nobody has been arrested, or even if they did, they were later released.
Let us continue discussing the events, the raw events that took place on 4th November. It was a Thursday, and it was 2014. Now we are going back quite a while. In fact, I have had the thought of calculating how long we have waited for this historical injustice which we are going to be talking about. But these events that we are discussing today in this Gateway Gazette show, today they seem far away for people who are not concerned. For somebody like me and my team, it seems like it was yesterday. As of today, it's 11 years and 8 months. We have waited for the justice. One of the children was actually witness to this. So the 3 little children they had, one of them was there at the scene when parents were being tossed into the fire. I think it is just a miracle that he was not tossed along with it, because otherwise it would be very easy for them to say, and here goes the child of the infidels as well. What was the immediate aftermath?
When the bodies had been burnt, there were actually remains that were found, teeth and the bones.
So maybe that is what was used for the burial rites then.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. In Pakistan, both in Muslim community and in Christian community, usually the burial is on the same day or very latest the next day. So I would suppose that this is what would have happened with Shehzad, Shammah and their unborn baby. What do you think happened to the people that were arrested later that day or early next day for this?
Later on, they did arrest a few people.
They did arrest.
They did, but it didn't go anywhere because those people were later released, and in July 2026, the remaining people, there was about 4 or 5 remaining people left, and that they were also acquitted.
Christian community was hoping that some justice would be done by these 5 people who were finally identified as actively involved in tossing this couple into the fire, dragging them out of their home, tossing them into fire. Anyway, they were the culprits, 5. 2 of them were acquitted by the High Court, and then there were 3, and we held on to that little faith, little hope that maybe those 3 will be then given the capital punishment or life imprisonment. But Farayal, that didn't happen, did it? What did happen on the 9th of July 2026 shook the world.
The Supreme Court verdict, it was a 3-member bench headed by Justice Malik Shehzad Ahmed Khan. He overturned the death sentences of the final 3 convicts, Irfan Shakur, Mehdi Khan and Riaz Kambo.
So we waited for 11 years and 8 months only to be told by the Supreme Court of Pakistan that yes, 2 adults and an unborn child was burned alive, and the world watched those videos. They stayed on the social media channels for many weeks, hundreds of hours of footage altogether. We were told that yes, people were burnt alive. BBC reported a Christian couple in Pakistan are beaten to death and burned by a crowd after being accused of desecrating a Quran, police says. Al Jazeera reported Shehzad and Shammah accused of desecrating the Muslim holy book, then beaten and burned to death by Punjab village. Radio Free Europe Radio also reported similar story. Pakistan's largest and most established English newspaper, which is read internationally, Dawn, reported they have burned Mummy and Papa. What happened to the children of Shammah and Shehzad Masih, couple who was lynched over blasphemy accusation, left behind 3 young children, one of whom witnessed the horror. This is the plight of minorities in Pakistan. How about you? When you see Muslim leaders and Christian leaders with crosses staying and saying we are going to be bringing these people to justice, how much do you really believe in them?
To be very honest, I don't believe in it at all, because I think it's just words. Nothing ever happens.
Well, I was hoping against hope. I was hoping that at least in this case, in Shammah Shehzad case, because it was such a high profile case, America, Europe, Australia, the whole world, they saw this. We live in age of social media, and so all these things are shared thousands of times over within few hours, sometimes within few minutes. So this case was actually one that really made headlines around the world. And I was also hoping that by this time, Supreme Court of Pakistan, by at least holding people responsible for this murder, would show to the world that we are a serious court of laws. We believe in justice. But the fact that they have let even these final three go off the hook, thereby declaring, yes, a triple murder was committed, but there are no murderers, I think they have made travesty of justice. This is a mockery of human rights, because there is no other way. In as much as I love and respect the judicial system of Pakistan and all its institutions, this just does not make sense. And if it does not make sense to me, and I am a Pakistani who's got very soft corner for Pakistan in my heart, what do you think it is? How do you think people who are not from Pakistan, how would they take it? Like human rights organizations, Amnesty International, World Watch, United Nations, human rights panels and all that. I think we have not done any favor to us, have we? Farayal, this has been a very depressing topic, and I think it's going to become a depressive topic every time we are going to be talking about it. And we will continue talking about it. If there are those out there who think that we are going to forget, we are not going to forget. We are not going to forget Shantinagar. We are not going to forget Gojra. We are not going to forget Yuhunnabad. We are not going to forget any of these things. We are not going to forget Nazir Masih of Sargodha. We are not going to forget Shehzad and Shammah of Court Radha Kishan. We are always going to remember them. We are always also going to be praying for our people and for the country of Pakistan.
Thanks for watching.